The chair recognizes Representative Pagan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May I speak to all of my amendments, please?
Yes, please do.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today I rise to talk about the Department of Education appropriations budget. As a minority vice chair, I have a detailed depth of what this budget looks like. And I'm extremely concerned, especially about the child care aspect of this budget. Nearly 60% of young children in Michigan live in homes where parents are working, and more than half have child care at least once a week. Without safe and stable child care, parents cannot work to support their children, and employers face threats to their bottom line and employee absenteeism and turnover. The Childhood Development and Care Program has offered to assist with this. It's a subsidy program for working parents who are either pursuing a GED or higher education while low-income families receive high-quality child care. I applaud my committee for making sure that the exit rate of this program increases. However, I'm concerned about the entrance rate. Currently, Michigan's entrance rate is at 120% of the poverty level, and this is extremely low. With an increase of the exit cap currently in our budget, we're addressing part of the problem, but creating a situation where people in identical employment situations are differentiated when they are applied for the program. One family, for example, Mr. Speaker, making $11.50 an hour, who is in the program remains in the program. However, another family making $11.50 an hour, but was not currently enrolled in the program, cannot get into it. Raising this initial eligibility cap to 150% of the poverty level helps more families who need this get ahead. And it doesn't cost the state of Michigan anything. Currently, the Department of Education has carried forward roughly $112 billion in federal funds, and their current plan shows intention to spend down and carry forward $65 million. By setting the entrance threshold to 150% of the poverty level, the $65 million in federal funds is utilized over 3 years, so this program is sustainable. We can and should use the $65 million to help more of our residents put their children in child care so they can go back to school and back to work so that they can make lives better for their family. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. That's my first amendment. Speaking to my second amendment, this amendment would add back the teacher evaluation funding and the boilerplate language from the executive recommendation. This funding is important because our state needs to provide technical assistance to local districts as teachers and administrators' evaluations are revised. This is a tenet of the Michigan Council of Educator Effectiveness Report, something that the state has paid for and piloted these last 2 years. So I urge my colleagues to support this amendment. And finally, Mr. Speaker, my last amendment pertains to substitute teaching being allowed removing substitute teaching as a teacher prep. A concern has been discussed over the past few years how we improve the quality of our teachers. The governor recognized this in his executive recommendation, and that one way we can help improve our teachers would be to make sure their student teaching experience involves real student teaching under the guidance of a certified teacher. This amendment removes the requirement that the department allows programs to let substitute teaching where there is no mentor to oversee, advise, or educate a future educator count towards this requirement. And I urge my colleagues who believe in strong teacher preparation to support this amendment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to present my amendments.
Thank you, Representative. The question before the House is on the adoption of the amendment. The clerk will open the board. The amendment is not adopted.